Well, Ethan Klein made a video on Keemstar, and some things were said. Some things were done. I don't think either one of them looks really particularly good, to be honest with you. My biases up front are that I think that Ethan Klein has done some shady things in the past. I think that I strongly disagree with a lot of his opinions, but I like his old content. Keemstar has directly and intentionally lied about me publicly, refused to take back those lies even when proven wrong. He has lied about other people in my DMs. He has refused to help other content creators in need simply because they had criticized him in the past. That said, H3H3 would have had a nearly perfect video, regardless of how petty it is, because we can all get sucked into that, except he went too far. He had absolutely no reason to include nearly 20 minutes about Etika, and with allusion to allusion to allusion that it was Keemstar's fault, even when, of course, Etika never blamed Keemstar for it. Such a huge overplay by H3H3. I hate that section. I hate that part of the video. Should never have included it. In my opinion, both content creators have major ego problems, but one content creator came out specifically worse in this video, and that was Ethan Klein. Why? Well, because in a 46-minute video, Ethan Klein dedicated roughly 15 minutes of it to Etika and his non-stop allusions that it was Keemstar's fault that Etika chose to take his own life. If you don't remember who Etika was, he was a very famous YouTuber that passed last year by his own choosing, and many people made videos on it, including myself. Watching Etika spiral out of control was difficult to understand and, of course, entertaining. Mental health is difficult to notice or determine the difference between what Etika was doing. Was it for attention? Was he genuinely having a hard time? It was difficult to know. So I understand why others, including myself, made videos that were critical of Etika's behavior. However, both Ethan Klein and Daniel Keem stood on the grave of Etika for clout, clicks, and revenue. Today, Ethan Klein used Etika's death for 15 minutes to essentially settle a minor disagreement over the amount of money that he made from a DLC in a video game 3 years ago. That's the truth. A 46-minute video over Keemstar proclaiming that H3H3 kept some amount of money from a DLC from Payday 3. That's how normal Ethan Klein responds. He stands on Etika's grave and puts that body on Keemstar over DLC money a millionaire made in a video game 3 years ago. I just saved you 46 minutes. That's exactly what this video boiled down to for me. And Keemstar, of course, is not blameless in this either. He happily profited from Etika's downfall, hid behind the fact that he was simply an entertainer and a news anchor entertaining his millions of 10-year-old fans, and ultimately, that's his choice. He has every right to make those videos, and for Ethan Klein to say that it was some sort of moral issue is ridiculous. Daniel Keem was not the only person covering Etika. In particularly in the end there, when what Etika was doing, I mean, it wasn't even just YouTubers. It was local and national media were covering what he was doing and his exploits and things like that. And to put that all on Keem is just sad. Ultimately, again, all of this boiling down to Ethan Klein mad that Keemstar needled him over, making some money off a DLC in a video game, so much so he called up the video game developer. Now, I will say, Ethan Klein absolutely cleared his name in terms of the DLC from Payday 3, but nobody was really buying that it was that big of a deal, except for Keemstar. Keemstar likes to make a story. Once he's decided that a story exists, he will report that story and then fill in the gaps later. If you haven't followed my channel for a while, there was a YouTuber named 8 Thoughts. You know, the guy that thought it was hilarious to live stream while one of his own personal trolls showed up at a streamer's house with a weapon. Remember that? Remember how funny that was? Well, that same YouTuber put out a video and said that I had flagged one of his videos down. Keemstar picked up the video because he doesn't like me, because he's heard me refer to him as low IQ in the past, and he holds a grudge. He holds a grudge so deeply that I don't think I have met a single person more petty. He holds a grudge for things that any normal person would be over. There was a time when there was a YouTuber named Twoon who had his channel hacked. He was one of the first original channels that I went to that I tried to cover and get their channel back. Together with my viewers, I believe we raised enough of a ruckus that we were able to not only recover Twoon's channel, but about 5 or 6 other YouTubers' channels. Isha Gaming was one. There was another couple gaming channels. And no, we weren't the only ones covering that, but you know what? Team YouTube responded to me, and I think that we had a direct impact on that. When Twoon's channel went down, I didn't have the audience that I have now, so I reached out to Keemstar. Keemstar refused to help him because Twoon had made a video critical of him in the past. This shows you the kind of man Keemstar is. The things that H3H3 outlined in his video that Keemstar has done in the past are sad. Many of the things Ethan Klein sets up to poison the well. Many of the things we already knew. Yes, Keemstar has had a history of using the gamer word, has had a history of being a moron when it comes to calling people certain things, and the P to the E to the D, the O's, and denying any responsibility for his own recklessness. There will come a time where he does have to take an L financially, I'm saying, for his reckless reporting. What he said about me directly affected the credibility of my channel and was outright slanderous. He admitted as much in DMs to me, which of course I saved. Okay, this is the type of guy Keemstar is. But Ethan Klein is, in my opinion, no better. Exactly as thin-skinned as Keemstar, standing on Etika's grave over a grudge against Keemstar, bringing up his sponsors. That, we know, is very similar behavior to Pokimane and many other sponsor-shaming YouTubers, leaking Keemstar's DMs. We see all these DMs that he put out. Currently working on H3H3 lying salty man-child video. Have a few questions. Have you ever flagged down another YouTube creator's video? And by the way, Keemstar, I'm not surprised he didn't reply to this. He goes, can I get an answer here? I'm trying to meet your request of giving nonstop defense because your baby butt can't defend yourself. He goes on, have you ever lied about anyone on YouTube? Bro, honestly, I'm starting to think you have mental health issues. Want to grab a number for you to call from Erica Costell? Me? I don't know who that is. Have you ever lied about anyone on YouTube? I mean, Keemstar, you lie about people all the time. I mean, I wouldn't exactly be positioning myself as the moral police if I'm Keemstar. Can I get a sorry yet, or do I need to keep defending myself? He goes on to say, I've known for a while about CSGO gambling investment for a while. People talking. Ethan replies, which? Are you accusing me of being invested in CSGO gambling? Keemstar says, me? No. Oh, that's how I interpreted the last 3 a.m. message. Keemstar says, others maybe though. Ethan replies, did you invest? Keemstar said, yes, I did invest, and I made a ton of money. And then he asks about, did you invest in somebody under somebody else's name? So desperate to try and drag Ethan, I mean, like, Ethan has done absolutely plenty of things to criticize over the years. Abandoning FUPA, abandoning his main channel, not progressing one iota on his lazy podcast, relying on his famous friends to keep the thing afloat, treating his employees like dirt, face to face. All these type of things are things you could legitimately criticize him on, but at the end of the day, him and Keemstar fight because they are the same man. If we look at a lot of some of the responses, we have Bo Black saying, stop weaponizing Etika's passing. Mamology, these are all people that I follow. H3H3's videos no different than those articles every month about PewDiePie that include a testament listing of all his controversial actions and linking them via strawman arguments as a part of his overall personality. Absolutely correct. Optimist, Sub to Optimist says, I don't care what Keemstar has done in the past, which has all been completely uncovered. I didn't know about the doxing stuff. Going after someone's sponsors and blaming them for the end of Etika is disappointing, is disgusting. It downplays Etika's personal issues and quite literally puts a body on someone's name. You can also see tweets from Etika's mom. Please build up your online community with kindness instead of recklessly breaking each other down. In God we trust. These blessings we send to you. Etika's mom, text this to me. I wish people actually understood the truth between us. Isla says, this is a real text from Etika's real mother. I beg you all, as Etika's ex-girlfriend, please stop the hate towards Keem. Desmond loved Keemstar and supported him for years. He absolutely did not blame him for what he did to himself. Etika blames himself and only himself. It's sad that all this time later, Ethan Klein chose to use Etika as his main point of attack when a 46-minute video could have just been summed up in 10 minutes and 1 second, including the interview with the actual game developer from Payday, showing a statement of how much Payday showed, and ending with a positive note saying perhaps, you know what, I'm going to turn this negativity into positivity and start up FUPA again. By the way, there's a YouTuber right now being sued for $1 million, which I'm covering tomorrow, that could probably really use some FUPA funds. So Ethan Klein, I ask again, please restart FUPA or pass it off to someone who can. I don't think I have the time, but I do have the resources to help fund it. So please help make this happen and focus on the good. You're both coming off as petty, egotistical, and sad. But this is the internet, and that's exactly how these spats go. I hope you enjoyed this video. We'll talk to you again real soon.